Welcome back. Today we've got a quick little session, but we've got a newly weathered locomotive. Then instead of 411, I think I'm going to leave it as 2735. But we've got two ballast cars to go to the storage track. We've got a loaded box car to go to Vermont Energy, a loaded box car to go to Blue Links, construction equipment and or materials, and an empty box car to go over to the CP interchange. It should all be pretty straightforward. I can do all of the work from the other end of the train, and as soon as we get around to the other end, we'll be lined properly and good to go, and we won't need to come back to this end of the train for the rest of the video. So I'll spend a little bit of time talking about what my intentions are again with these locomotives, or this one in particular, plus its 5 other cousins, I suppose. I'm modeling an older, or the idea is to be an older rundown sort of railroad, and this one locomotive here, this U23B, I believe it is, has been purchased a long time ago. And this particular railroad, I'm kind of modeling it after the Hartwell Railroad down in, I believe, Georgia. And their locomotives tend to be pretty rough looking. I'm just going to push these ballast cars back into the storage track. And then we're going to drop the CMQ car, because that's going over to VT Vermont Energy. And then we'll drop those remaining 2 over on the tracks in the foreground, and then head over to Vermont Energy to swap that up. But in any case, the locomotives on the Hartwell, they've maintained their road numbers from their Class 1 railroads. So they've got like a, Conrail, they've got a Chicago and Eastern, I believe, locomotive, a bunch of other different kinds of locomotives, and they've always kept the road numbers. So my original intention on my railroad was that I was going to renumber them all. But I think I might take the easy way out, because there is a prototype that's done exactly what it is I'm doing, keeping the original paint jobs pretty well intact, just sort of patching out a little bit, and then just running them right into. It seems like they're running them right into the ground, because they're not really taking care of them at least the exterior appearance, they're not taking care of it. So that's the intent behind this locomotive's paint job, or weathering job, and it's a totally freelance sort of idea. So this railroad is called the Nutmeg Railroad, and it serves Connecticut, Nutmeg State, right? So serves Connecticut coast and up through central Connecticut, and then ties in with the Vermont Rail at some point. So that's the intention behind this railroad, and it's entirely why you're going to see Vermont Rail locomotives on this railroad as well. So shove this boxcar back into the warehouse here at Blue Links, nice and easy, and then cut it free, and then drop off the TOBX to go back to Canada. This particular locomotive, the way that I weathered it was with oil paints, and I do like the oil paints, and I do like the rust and the sort of grime that I've got on it. But one thing that I'm not so happy with, that I'm going to work a little bit better on with the other locomotives, is the paint fading. I think I'm just not so sold on the oil paint fading. It worked on this one a bit, but it just doesn't scream in the videos like it's really all that faded. So I think what I'm going to do in the future is, before I do anything, I might spray them with a nice thin coat of a white acrylic, and then clear coat it with some enamel, and then for a nice hard surface to protect that fading, and then come back to it with the weathering of the oil. So we'll see how that goes on my next one. And then I've also I've got an additional step that I don't think this particular locomotive is going to receive, but I've got in big letters the nutmeg that I'm going to stencil on the side with paint. Hopefully it works out. I got my wife a cricket for Christmas, I believe, no, it was Mother's Day, and I got her a cricket for Mother's Day, and obviously I had a hidden agenda, and so I'm gonna use it to cut out some stencils and paint on, rather than do decals. The big lettering on the side, the nutmeg, which obviously I get again this one. Just for variety, I don't think that all of them are going to receive the large nutmeg, and this one is going to be one of the ones that doesn't. So here we go. We've got our last delivery to make of the evening. This CMQ car, Central Maine and Quebec, I believe is what CMQ is. That's going over to Vermont Energy, and we've got an empty car there that needs to come out before we put this one in its final spot. And then on the way home, all we're going to have is that one car. So today was pretty simple and straightforward and fairly easy. I took a little different tact in the filming of this video, and I filmed everything at slow speed. So these locomotives run pretty well at notch 1, and they're fairly slow. And then I'm adjusting the speed of the action in the speed of the video. So if you see my hand moving a little quick, that's what that is, because I've sped up the video to kind of make it a little bit more realistic. So yeah, that's what that is. And I think it's done a fairly decent job of creating a little bit more realistic sort of movements in the video, especially for a scale model. Okay, with that final drop off, let's get out here onto the runaround, turn the turnout, hook up to this flat car, bulkhead flat car, and get out of Dodge. I'd like to thank you for tuning in again and watching my videos. Do feel free to like and subscribe, give it a thumbs up, all that sort of business. No pressure. If you're just here for the videos, I totally understand. And hope you have a good rest until I see you again. Don't forget to get to your own layout. Spend a half an hour or something, and just sort of relax. Take a little bit of time and just move a little bit slower, because we've all got a faster paced life, and sometimes the best way to slow down time is just to move slow. So remember that, enjoy it, and we'll see you again next time. Thanks.